Hey, Sam here. I've got another question for you. This question is about foundation types. Now this one's a bit different. This is a question I usually ask my clients because it's one most people don't think about, and it really affects multiple things in your new home. So when a client starts talking to me about their kitchen and their granite and this is what they want and that's what they want, and I say, well, have you ever thought about the type of foundation you want? And they usually say, oh, well, kind of. And I go into it and ask them and talk to them about the foundation. So if you have a sloping lot, you pretty much have to have a basement. There's just no way around it, because if you build something other than a basement, it's just going to be expensive and you're not going to get anything for it. So keep in mind that basements are more expensive than regular foundations, but you get something for it. You get living space. Now, a lot of people can't afford to put heated living space in the basement, but they go ahead and pay the extra for a basement because it allows you to put heated space in the future. So a basement is the most expensive, but best foundation type, in certain ways as well. The next foundation type is called a crawl space. It's basically a little basement, but you can't live in it. Most people have seen crawl spaces. They're anywhere from 2 feet tall to 6 feet tall. And it's basically an area you can crawl in. Now, a crawl space is a middle ground pricing for a foundation. There are some benefits to it as well. You can get access to your plumbing and everything that's under your house, your heating and your ventilation. You can put a speaker wire from one room to the next by crawling under there and drilling a hole. So it gives you a lot of access to your house. A monolithic slab or slab foundation is a house that sits basically right on the ground. There's no area underneath the house that you can crawl in, much less live in like a basement. So this is the most cost-effective way to build a home. Now, a lot of people think homes are cheap when they're on a slab, but they're not. A lot of people in different areas love slab homes, and we love them as well. I live in one. So a slab home has a concrete floor, and your flooring goes right on top of that. Some questions that are usually asked when I talk about mono slabs are, what happens if my plumbing leaks? Well, that's a great question. So I'd like to tell you that when they put the plumbing in your slab, before they pour the concrete, they actually test it all with pressure. And so they'll make sure there's no leaks. Now, I'm not saying there will never be a leak, because things do happen, but it's rarer than you might think. So let me just recap real quick. Basements are the most expensive foundation, but they have the most flexibility and capability to live in them later. Crawl spaces are a middle ground, a little less than a basement, and mono slabs or slab foundations are the cheapest. Maybe I should do a part 2 for this video, because there are so many details about foundations that you're going to want to know. So give me a thumbs up if you want me to do another one.